Hello everyone, this is a quick overview about my chromatic node. So let's have a look. The first thing is that the center of the chromatic aberration is going to be set automatically. So no matter what you put in as a format, the center will jump to the middle, which is nice. So you won't have to do any adjustments here. So let's talk about the interface. The first thing you see is the amount slider, which is basically controlling the chromatic aberration at all. The mount slider acts as a preset, so there's a parenting going on between the color channels, so that when you use the mount slider, the color channels already do something in relation to each other to get you a nice looking chromatic aberration, which is not really flexible. You might want to change stuff individually, which you can. So as you see here, the blue has this parent blue to red checkbox, which is enabled. That means as long as it's enabled, blue will automatically do the opposite of what the amount slider or red slider does. The amount slider is basically controlling the red channel and the blue is doing the opposite. So once we disable that, you see the blue channel is not longer affected and the result looks completely different. However, you can still change the other channels individually if you want. So you have a shift blue slider here and you have a shift green slider. You are more flexible than that. You can also do a simple translation on one of the channels as you like. You can also blur a channel. So there's a bunch of options here. As you might have noticed, we get these ugly edges here. And the cause of this is that when we shift around the channels, we create a gap here. So, for example, in this case, the red channel is being moved outwards, so it's stretched, and the red channel image gets bigger than the original format. And the blue channel does the opposite, so it's actually being scaled down a little, which leaves us with a gap here that has no blue information. That means when we add all the color pixels together here, we only add green and red channel, and the blue channel is not being added to this, which leaves you with that messed up color. So in order to prevent that, you need some sort of overscan. I have an image here with overscan enabled. So there's more information outside the frame which you can use. It's not being shown in the final render, but it's there to provide you with additional information that's good for lens distortion and chromatic aberration. So just to visualize it, when I scale that image down, you see there's actually more ship that's not being shown. So that's why I created this transform node, just to scale my checkerboard slightly up, and once I enable that, you see the ugly edges are gone. There's one last option you can use. So I have this fringe tab here, which is basically creating you a mat for all the areas that get affected by the chromatic aberration. So once you enable coloring, you have the option to slightly change the colors of the edge fringing. So you can change the saturation here, and you can also do a color offset as you want and get creative with it. That might be helpful. So last thing is you can also preserve the bounding box. This is basically a crop, so once you check this, the bounding box is not being cropped. And as usual, you have always a mask input, which is just giving you the usual mask options that you're used to. Well, so that works, as you know. You can invert it, you can mix it, whatever you want. I hope that's helpful. Have a nice day.